going? Today we will learn the spleen together. The contents include the main physiological functions of spleen and its relations with meridians, tissues and orifices, emotions and seasons. The physiological function of spleen include 3 aspects. Number 1, governing transportation and transformation, 脾主运化. Number 2, governing rise of the clear, 脾主升清. And number 3, controlling blood, 脾主统血. What is the function of spleen in transporting and transforming? 运化. Actually, they are directly translated from Chinese characters, which means the digestive function of spleen. To make it clear, let's start with a flow chart. Totally different from Western medicine, TCM believes that spleen is the most important 脏 organs for human beings to abstract nutrition from food. Well, in Western medicine, the digestive juice in stomach and the very long structure of small intestine are regarded as the main factors for a complete digestion. In the flow chart, the left part demonstrates the routine of food and water moving in the body, from stomach to small intestine, to large intestine, and finally leaving the body in the way of feeders. We can see the direction of the whole process is downwards with brown arrow. Then the middle part of the chart demonstrates essence or nutrition. Maybe it is easier for you to understand, being abstracted and sent to spleen. The direction of whole process is upwards with green arrow. But how is the essence abstracted? By what means? It is due to the transportation and transformation of spleen. In short, when food and water enter the stomach, spleen can work on it and separate them into clear, 清, which actually is the essence, and turbid, 浊. Then the turbid moves downwards and enter into small intestine, where spleen can work on as well. One more separation happens here, with clear being taken out again and the turbid going down. When this turbid enters into the last station, large intestine, similar course happens again. Therefore, in the end, final turbid in the shape of feeders is excreted out of the body. During the whole process, because of spleen's transportation and transformation, which is signed with the red arrow in the chart, food and water can be separated into clear and turbid. The clear, also known as clear yang. The turbid, also known as turbid yin. They build up a pattern of yin-yang, with yang being light and upward, and yin heavy and downward. So, this is a transportation and a transformation of spleen. It means that spleen has the function of digesting food and water, absorbing the nutrients, transforming them into essence, and transporting food essence to the body. The second function of spleen is that it governs rise of clear. Now, could you try to answer me, what is the rise of the clear? Yes, what we have already learned in the chart, that clear being transformed by spleen from food and water is rising. That is the clear rising. But it could not explain rise of the clear comprehensively. Please check the purple arrow. What is happening here? What is raised to the lung from spleen? Of course, it is the clear yang. The spleen raises the clear to the lung, which in turn can be distributed all over the body by dispersing, ascending, and descending of long qi. Meanwhile, spleen also raises some part of the food essence to heart, hand, those upper regions of the body. Therefore, the first implication of spleen governing rise of the clear means that the spleen qi transports the food essence upwards to lung, heart, and head. By this action, the whole body is nourished by lung and heart. Furthermore, there is one more implication in the function. Spleen qi can maintain the position of internal organs and prevent internal organs from prolapse. Both of them is based on the physiological characteristic of spleen qi, that is, ascending. What if the spleen qi fails in ascent? What will happen? You can think about it after class. The last function of spleen is that it controls blood, 脾主统血, also being translated as spleen facilitating blood. Let's make a review on what we have already learned in sections of heart and lung. This is blood vessel, and this is blood. We have known that by the promotion of heart qi, blood circulates in the body. Meanwhile, the pectoral qi, after being formed and accumulated in the lung, can play an assistant role in promoting blood circulation. So, both heart qi and pectoral qi work like energizers for blood flow, while spleen qi work as controlling power, which refers to that spleen has the function of controlling blood circulation inside the vessels and prevents it from floating out of vessels. In pathological condition, when spleen qi fails in controlling blood, there will be manifestations like hemocellulinosis, profuse menstruation, and various hemorrhagic symptoms. In the end, we will have a very quick learning on spleen's relations. Look at this figure again. Spleen and the stomach build up an exterior-interior relationship based on two meridians, which are the foot Tai-yin spleen meridian and the foot Yang-Ming stomach meridian. Furthermore, spleen is connecting to muscle and manifesting on four limbs, opening into the mouth, relating to contemplation, and corresponding to later summer. Later summer, we may have mentioned the term before. It refers to the last month of summer. You know, according to 5-element theory, there are 5 seasons, respectively attributed to 5 elements. Okay, these are the contents for spleen. Today, I have prepared you guys a review question. See, this is a very famous sentence from Yellow Emperor's Inner Classic. When clear qi stays in the lower region, it will cause diarrhea with clear and thin undigested foods and swelling. When turbid qi stays in the upper region, it will cause distension. So, could you try to apply what we have learned about the physiological functions of spleen, especially its function of transportation and transformation, to make an interpretation on the sentence? Thank you, and I will see you next time.